Tell me, though, what's his technique? That last strike, it seems invincible.
Hello and welcome to Sons of the Dragon, the Immortal Arthas podcast. My name is Connor.
I'm Omar.
I'm Emma.
And we're joined by Emma again, and Omar, I suppose. Everyone, well, not everyone, but yeah. So we're covering Heroes for Hire 10, and
Yes, we are.
yeah. So we on the cover. Well, the cover is really promoting the guest star, which is Deadpool. This is back.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was a massive Deadpool fan. He's your favourite, as long-time listeners would know. And this is really in his peak, like the sort of golden run, the gold standard for Deadpool runs, the Joe Kelly run. And at this point in time, he's trying to be a hero, and he's working for this sort of shady corporation who thinks he's some messiah. I won't spoil it. But, yeah. So it's cool that
he's... Oh, okay, go ahead.
No, go.
These next two issues. So this is we're discussing issue 10.
Yeah.
And next time would be 11. Both issues are much more valuable, or at least more pricey. Even on eBay compared to the other issues in Heroes for Hire. So just because of Deadpool.
Really?
Yeah.
It's odd. It's not it's a first appearance or anything.
Cost me a bit more to get this to complete the series.
Right.
Than if I had to, buy the others I bought for a bargain.
Yeah.
Something like most of them I bought for $1 or $2 in US dollars. And for issue 10, I think I paid around about $10, I think. And then issue 11 about $8, something like that. So just because of Deadpool.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I think this is his first interaction with Danny, I'm pretty sure.
It would be. Yeah.
It probably
and
is, yeah.
Luke as well, I think.
And Luke, yes.
But they seem to know who he is.
Yeah. And like the Deadpool joins Heroes for Hire whether they like it or not. Kind of there are later issues that also follow that same theme. So it's kind of the beginning.
He actually fits
how that relationship goes.
Yeah, being a mercenary, he actually fits Heroes for Hire.
Yeah.
You would think.
He fits it more than Daddy.
Yeah, really.
Yes, exactly.
So,
yeah.
So did he appear in any other Heroes for Hire series? I don't think so, right?
So Iron Fist and Luke Cage appeared in Cable and Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the other big one.
Mm-hmm.
And...
But was he ever a hero? But what was Deadpool ever a Heroes for Hire?
There's I'm blanking on the issue, but it was in a different Deadpool run. There was a kind of fake retrospective issue back to the 70s of a team up that didn't actually happen of him trying to join Heroes for Hire. And then there's also a few years ago there was that giant Daredevil, Power Man, Iron Fist, Deadpool crossover.
Oh yeah.
50-page long issue. That also had him teaming up with Luke and Danny. Or quote unquote teaming up. So there've been a few.
What issue was that? Was that when they were in the 70s and then they went to the present? Or?
No, that was set in modern day. I'm blanking. It was
I think that was Deadpool 13.
Yes.
Is that the one with the variant cover?
It was the one where there was that laptop that he lost, and he went through, and he and Luke and Danny were at the dump trying to find it. I'll have to find what exactly
Yeah,
it
because
was,
I
but
don't
yeah.
think
Yeah.
one of those I
Oh,
don't seem to have read. So
I will hunt down issue numbers.
yeah, because 13's the one where they're in the 70s with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think 14 or 15 is like the sequel to that, where they're in the present day.
Yeah. This is the
Yeah.
this
We have
Deadpool
covered.
13 is the one with a variant cover, and it's super thick. So that's the one, right?
I don't
Yes.
remember it being extra long.
It was. Yeah, it was. It was. So this is. I think we're talking about two different issues here.
Right.
So there's the one in the 70s, and then
yeah,
the
that's
other
the one
one
in the
is.
previous issues, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a
Yeah,
previous
Deadpool 13.
series. I
Yeah.
see. Okay.
Yeah. They're two separate
They're both
instances, two
Deadpool
separate
13.
runs.
Right.
Wait. Right, they are. Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny. Oh, I didn't realize that.
So they're both Deadpool 13. The other one is Deadpool 13 and 14, the one in the 70s.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. So yeah, they've had a few team ups over the years.
Okay.
That against
but
Luke and
this was
Danny
the
as well.
first one, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, Deadpool 13. Oh, and it was with the newer costumes. I've never read that.
Yeah.
I'll have to read it, I guess.
It's
Me
fun.
too.
It's a fun one.
Because I did read the entire Dugan Person run, and then they did a sequel run, which I just never got around to reading, so maybe that's why. But yeah, we have covered most of the other team-ups, actually. We covered the Marvel team-up with just Iron Fist, and we covered the two-parter with the White Man, the Pimp. So, yeah. But anyway, so this story is called Misalliances, and you know, being a bit cheeky here by saying, look, it's the bad guy, and he's probably plotting something, and he's just thinking, what do I want for dinner?
Yeah, I like that.
It's
Yeah.
the master of the
funny.
world, who so far hasn't been the most stellar villain.
Right. Yeah, I don't have much to say about this guy. He's kind of
very
doing
generic.
villain stuff there.
Yeah, like I mentioned in I think when we started covering this, he's an Alpha Flight villain. So he's created by John Byrne.
Right.
And he's related to not really related, but the story with Marina. If you're familiar with Alpha Flight, how he was trying to get Marina back to her roots, being a monster alien type thing. So since then I think he's appeared elsewhere, and interestingly, John Ostrander used him in Heroes for Hire. And it's a year-long, plot that he was trying to insert here and there in different places. So we won't find the conclusion to this one here. It'll come later.
So this wasn't Heroes for Hire wasn't where he was created.
Sorry, what's that?
So Heroes for Hire wasn't where he was created? Or...
No.
Okay. Well, I will not track down his debut issues.
Yeah.
It is an interesting choice to bring in an Alpha Flight villain.
Yeah, it is.
There's a lot of weird stuff going on with this run in general, I think. So this is written by John Ostrander. Pascal Ferry is the penciler. Jamie Mendoza is the inker. John Bibcock is the letterer. Joe Rosas is the colorist. And Mark Bernardo is the editor. And Bob Andrus is the editor-in-chief. So we're having the Master of the World. He's annoyed because all the heroes are back, but less that the heroes are back and more that the villains are back. Because if you remember, this run started when all the heroes were gone and everyone thought they were dead. But now they're all back, and he's like, well, Doctor Doom, Thanos, Kang, and Red Skull are going to be, their agendas will be conflicting with mine. So that's what he's doing, and he mentions he has a rat in Heroes for Hire, or a mole. whatever. And Danny's just told Luke about the Kunlun thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's a lot of this issue. And that he tells...
About the secrets being revealed.
Yeah, Jim Hammond as well, because it turns out Misty wanted him to tell everyone. And it's funny because Danny's like, I didn't tell you because I didn't know where our friendship stood. And like goes, well, I'm not even so sure now. Something like that.
Yeah, and I like that Danny's excuses. Well, hey, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
I mean, I mean,
on the one hand, yeah, but it is very clear that he didn't think this through, and I like that that's kind of clear. It's
an interesting premise. He should have known that the heroes would come back, but I guess he's not aware that it's a comic book. So,
right? I'm actually wondering why Danny thought it was a good idea in the first place, and why people think it's a bad idea. Do they think that Kunlunians are going to conquer them, or
the way Danny talked
just the idea that the Dragon Lords are going to be the kings of the earth or something?
Well, I'm pretty sure the way Danny talked about it, it was set up as like a dictatorship. Like he said they would be taking over, didn't he?
That's what it sounds like. Yeah, and there's also the fact that it's just a huge thing. It's like, oh yeah, hey, by the way, I'm bringing this this city from another dimension to converge with our world, and it's not like he's just casually doing this small thing. I mean, this is going to have consequences.
Maybe if there was like bigger threats running around, it would make more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he just I know
all the villains were gone as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you had to deal with like Doctor Doom and Kang and stuff, then I could see that. But I mean, they just I think it's cool. They just didn't really. It was supposed to be a reveal, so we didn't really get any of Danny's reasoning. Well, we got some of it, but we didn't get him thinking through it or anything. That all sort of happened off screen.
Yeah.
And they're like, their reaction's like, oh well, that's stupid, but we'll deal with it later. They just kind of push it aside.
Yeah.
Which I feel like maybe you should deal with this now. But so we have Colleen and Misty show up, and Colleen looks super weird.
Yeah.
I don't like that hair.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on with.
Yeah.
It's actually I'm just noticing now. So there's a costume that she wears at a different point in this series that seems to actually be this costume, but this has kind of extra armor bits and over it, and her hair is different.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some interesting stuff that they're trying out here with her costume, and I don't think it all really works.
I don't like the weird headband thing.
I don't like that at all.
It's so odd.
I think this is just a 90s thing. The design with over 90s. The top armors and stuff. And even Danny's going to have one.
And she acts weird too.
Oh, also, can I point out in that first panel where she and Misty show up, the fish in the background? I love those fish.
Yeah.
It's been very cool.
It's a good panel.
Okay. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I know. Me neither. I'm just noticing them now. But very cool fish.
So they're underwater?
I guess so.
Because this is Namor's, right?
Some prehistoric ocean.
Because they're not. Actually, no, they might be. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like I forgot. I don't think they're usually underwater, but I guess they are.
I don't know.
I can't figure. I'm not going to go back and check.
Yeah.
This is probably Namor's basement.
Yeah.
You can hang out in my garage, guys.
Yeah.
Everyone's here. Colleen's like, "What were you thinking?" And then Jim Hammond's like, "Our personal squabbles can come later." It's like, this is a bit bigger than a personal squabble, but whatever.
Right.
You guys have a job to stop like an arms dealer, so that's clearly more important than Kunlun's imminent arrival on the planet.
Yeah.
He's just an arms dealer. He's developing a bioweapon of enormous power. Okay, I guess that is pretty bad. and he's taken refuge in Sincaria. Sounds like a fictional country. I'm gonna check,
I haven't,
but I'm almost certain.
checked. I can check that.
No, it's definitely fictional. Yeah, it's not real.
Okay.
And so he's hired Silver Sable and her wild pack. And Danny's like, I thought she was one of the good guys. And she's always flip-flopping, I guess, because she's sort of for hire. So, but yeah.
So this was the 90s.
What's with this line by Colleen? You're getting cynical, Mr. Hammond, but that's okay. Cynical can be attractive. It's like, what?
Right. All right.
Who is this person? What have they done with Colleen?
Yeah.
So she's not in a relationship, so maybe she's
flirting with the robot.
Checking him out.
Right.
I guess he looks like Bob Diamond a little bit.
He does. That is a fair point. Yeah.
He does a lot. Was their relationship ever explored after Power Man and Iron Fist? I don't think so anymore, right?
Not really.
I don't think so.
He showed up in the when Danny was getting resurrected in Namor, but I don't think they might have paid lip service to together. It, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't think he was around in any significant way after that.
Yeah, it was pretty minor.
Yeah, maybe, if we get another Power Man and Iron Fist,
I'll be okay without
Bob Diamond.
Bob Diamond's Colleen relationship issue. I'll manage.
I do want more Sons of the Tiger, though. I think they're a cool team, and it would cool to have them back.
Yeah, they were the other thing. It was Shang-Chi, Iron Fist, and Sons of the Tiger. So
another deadly hands.
Silver Sable's wild pack is Sandman, Paladin, Nomad, and the Cat. And I always see Paladin show up, and I always forget who he is and what he does because he just has a super unremarkable design. But I know he's there, and he's
fun. I always enjoy him.
Right?
Yeah, he's kind of a snarky mercenary type, which is always fun.
So looks like we might be a bit understaffed because it's just those four. It's just Colleen, Misty, Luke, and Danny. Black Knight's left with the Avengers, thank God. Ant-Man's on leave, and White Tiger's still missing, also thank God. I'm gonna bring up a point about how I really enjoyed this issue because it didn't have these stupid plot lines for Black Knight and White Tiger.
It's nicely contained as just the gang, the original.
Original Heroes for Hire,
It's focused. Like they all have somewhat the same mythology. And it was just a mess before with these wild, and I'm not saying you can't have a team with wildly different mythologies, but the way they were executing it was not good.
Yeah.
It just felt messy every issue, and it felt like a slog. Especially Black Knight's storyline sucked. It was not good. And White Tiger, she's a tiger. I guess that's cool. And then she was at that bio thing and whatever, I didn't care. So I'm glad they're gone for now. Because we can focus on, I don't know, just get more focused and be less messy.
Yeah,
Ant-Man I
agree.
Because Ant-Man's fine. He just has this thing with his daughter, which is,
Yeah.
Well, considering it's a a mishmash of heroes of different types, I think John Ostrander may have just been given the roster that they have. It's possible. I think in as much as I'm not really a fan of seeing Black Knight here, and I'm still on the fence with the White Tiger about her character, and even Ant-Man being there. I think John Ostrander is doing a pretty good job of at least trying, to get a story out there with these guys. It's just that it still doesn't work, but I think he did the best that he could with what he had.
Yeah.
Because this was
Yeah.
supposed to be an Avengers replacement. So if this was the regular Heroes for Hire, we wouldn't have Black Knight or Ant-Man or
Yeah, I don't know. I think it
all the
could
other
be.
powered guys.
I think you could have done it better, or maybe Black Knight's character at the time was just lame and not
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I'm not really interested in Black Knight at all.
I like the idea of his
Sorry,
character,
Black Knight
but
fans.
his whole storyline with the Eternals or whatever just sucked, and I don't care. So the Master is seething because he's found out that Danny's summoned the city of Kunlun. Presumably Luke has told him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's just having a bad day here.
And he starts like, well, maybe I need to kill Iron Fist if the appearance of Kunlun is tied to Iron Fist's life. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And we have, they've arrived, a private airfield near the Adriatic Sea. And this is where they're waiting for their final team member. Who's it going to be? And it's Deadpool because we saw the cover.
Gasp.
But he started out as
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, because he had this thing where he could disguise himself back then.
Yeah, the image inducer.
Yeah.
I like that.
He's Indiana Jones with the peace sign. He's got the monkey doing it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. This page is just a great Deadpool intro.
Yes.
You learn everything you need to know.
About him, yeah.
He has interactions with everyone, Colleen and Misty, the Soy and Pepper, and then Luke Cage, my brother, my man, you know. But the best part is when he sees Iron Fist and just starts laughing hysterically.
Because of his slippers.
Yeah. Not the collar, the slippers.
Right.
Yeah.
But the daddy's expression change is great.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Yeah, but that's actually the slippers. That's a real thing that they use in martial arts, right?
Yeah. No, they do use it.
Do you still use that one when you're in your school?
No, we don't use it inside, but like if we're going outside, we get. I mean, we don't really get slippers. We get more comfortable shoes, which are kind of like slippers.
Ah, okay. So it's evolved then.
Well, I mean, we're not a school that typically uses them to begin with, so.
Okay. When I was learning martial arts, we were barefoot.
Yeah, yeah, we're mostly barefoot.
Mostly barefoot, right? Okay, so they're like kung fu / ballet slippers, right? They're pretty similar.
Well, the reason that they're ridiculous is because they're yellow. If they weren't yellow, then it wouldn't be as.
Oh yeah. It's usually white, right?
White or black, I would imagine. Yeah.
Or black. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more of a kung fu thing.
Yes.
Because kung fu is weird, but so. Yeah.
And for ninjas too, I think.
Huh?
Right? Because it's supposed to be for stealth.
Oh, ninjutsu. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I wouldn't say anyone's really a ninja anymore, but
of course.
Yeah. So.
I mean, for when you see ninjas in.
Oh yeah, they're always wearing like those.
Yeah.
Like the hand, they're always wearing something like that, except it's not slippers.
Well, they got like
boots.
sandals or whatever.
Yeah.
Socks and they tie the.
And then, Deadpool was just voicing out what everybody's thinking about Danny's costume. His choice of
I mean that will become a thing. Luke also makes fun of his slippers, and Jessica Jones makes fun of his slippers.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Deadpool starts chasing after them. Because he's like, I'm learning to be a hero, which ties into his storyline. And they've hired him from that agency. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like 3 L's. And they fly off.
It's on the previous page, the Landau, Luckman, and Lake.
Yes.
Yeah, he mentioned it there, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that his line. They told me to come incognito. I couldn't find incognito, so I drove a Porsche instead.
Yes.
This is a good point brought up earlier, how Daddy got angry at not knowing Ant-Man was on the team, but you didn't tell him that he summoned Kunlun.
Yeah.
That was that. So we get an interlude with Ant-Man and his daughter, and she basically tells him that, she didn't awaken the Amazo robot. She wasn't necessarily a computer or anything, and then they go back to investigate the monitor she's talking about.
Yep.
And we arrive at the former monastery. Former monastery that a World War II fortress tower high mountain sanctuary. And we have the Silver Sable Wild Pack, the Cat, Paladin, Nomad, Sandman, all there. And she's checking on her boss. Her boss is like, "Stop interrupting me." And is that him or her? I guess it's at the bottom saying, "I'll see Percy that you got a very long vacation."
Yeah.
I think it's Silver Sable because of the eyebrow.
Right.
And the eyelashes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. When I first read this, I thought it was Kessler, but then seeing the eyebrow now, it's Sable.
Because she's like, when the story roll, Percy said you got a very, very long vacation. It's like, well, you're gonna have a very good reputation as someone for hire if you kill your boss afterwards. Maybe you should cover it up. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe she's being responsible. She doesn't want him building more dangerous weapons.
Yeah, just this one.
That's reasonable. just the one that she wants.
Yeah. So they arrive, and Danny's changed into his climbing outfit, I guess, and Luke has changed t-shirt a more stealthy t-shirt, I guess, because it's black.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
And this is what passes for stealth with Iron Fist.
Yeah. I like that. I like that first panel. It's a nice kind of team. Have a look at the team.
Yeah.
Against the setting.
And Deadpool's just carrying on. He's just not won't shut up about not even about anything in particular. He's just talking about the mountain, and Colleen's like, "Shut up."
And he says, "I like this. Super teams to be successful need diversification of powers. Haven't you read the Supergroup guidebook?"
Yeah.
He's complaining that no one on the team flies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a strongman, they have martial artists, and they've got a cop, but they don't have a flying guy.
Yeah, Misty's like utility. And so Deadpool's like, "Well, I have a teleporter," and he just sort of disappears.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah.
Very typical Deadpool.
So Paladin's talking to Nomad, and he's like, "Hey man, what's your deal? Did you used to travel with a kid?" Nomad's just whistling, and then Deadpool just teleports him inside and starts fighting them. And so he throws them down a rope. And, Paladin and Deadpool shoot each other. One has the best, one has a killing factor. And then Nomad, in a fun twist, turns into Madcap.
Yeah.
For some reason, they decided to do this, which is fine. Maybe, I don't know if Silver Sable and a Wild Pack were doing anything in another comic at this point, but so he's like...
I couldn't figure out just from the way they were talking. This isn't Deadpool's first encounter with Madcap, is it?
I don't know, actually.
Okay.
Because this is really early Deadpool, so
could be.
I would say it is, because before the Joe Kelly run, he had his 2 mini-series where he did the only people he was encountering were like X-Men related, so Siren, Banshee, Juggernaut, Black Tom, and then before that he was just generally an X-Force antagonist. So he'd only
cool. Definitely. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so
So
like I would.
I mean, because that's a pretty significant relationship. So that's kind of cool. If this is the first
Is it
time.
really? Okay, I didn't know that.
Mm.
I've read all of Deadpool up to the end of Daniel Way's run, and I guess Jerry Dugan's run. But I was like less obsessed with appearances, so. But yeah, okay. Anyway,
I mean, I just know that I haven't read a ton of Deadpool, but I know at least in more recent stuff, he has some kind of relationship with Madcap. Don't know how much history it has.
So
I'm looking at the Madcap's Marvel fandom wiki, and the image that they featured is of him fighting Deadpool. So
right.
he's probably, they probably had they started off here as going head to head in Heroes for Hire, and they probably liked the interaction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wish they'd bring the sign back, but whatever. So
maybe that's why this issue got expensive. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean there are a bunch of first here. Could be it.
So Sandman intervenes. He's a giant sand person. So, and then the Heroes for Hire shop in their power pose, which made me snicker just then.
Yeah, that's another great panel.
So, yeah, it's
come and help us Deadpool's with the Heroes for Hire.
It's like Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, I was about to say this looks like she's like from a James Bond flick or something. Looks like the Hulk. Danny is doing something.
Danny's Charlie.
He's doing
something like.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they all start fighting. That's where the issue ends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I wanted to do the next one, but I just didn't have the time.
Yeah.
So we will be doing it next episode, or like let's say we're doing this run. So I mean, we'll probably do this next episode because I'm quite keen to continue this.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a really enjoyable issue though. It was because it just it had like it had the classic roster, I guess, of just Luke and Danny, and then Colleen and Misty kind of guesting, and then Deadpool being the special guest. So it felt, a bit more familiar. Like the Ant-Man stuff is fine. Like I don't. So.
It was nice to have the kind of the gang back together.
Yes, and then you just put in Deadpool there, and then you've got a lot of interesting things going on.
Yeah, I mean Deadpool's always fun.
And the Silver Sable and Wild Pack are fun too.
Yeah.
Yes. Again,
it's a fun twist that Nomad just turns into Madcap. Like there's just disarray in like the other team as well. Instead of them just being like the enemies to fight, like they have stuff going on too. So that was fun.
Yeah, they have their own Deadpool in a way.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's a very good twist.
Yeah. So yeah, I am keen to read the next issue.
Yeah.
And that's about it for now. Again, on the horizon right now, it's just this and Deadly Hands of Kung Fu.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, thanks again for coming on, Emma.
Yeah, of course, always.
And Rebecca will probably be back next time as well.
Yes.
So yeah, until next time, summon your home city on top of your current living space.
Good one.
Yeah, not really. Alright, see yous.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Iron Fist and all other characters in these comics are properties of Marvel and Disney. Any music or images we use belong to their respective copyright holders. We do this for fun, so please don't sue us. You can contact us at sonsofthedragonpodcast@gmail.com. Just send us mail, comments, thoughts, anything you want really. It doesn't even have to be related to Iron Fist. If you don't want it read on the air though, make sure you mention that. You can also find us on Facebook, the Immortal Iron Fist Podcast, Sons of the Dragon. Our Twitter, at Iron Fist Podcast. Our SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Sons of the Dragon, hyphens where the spaces are. Our YouTube, Connor Carl. Just search Iron Fist Podcast and you'll find us real quick. We are also on iTunes. If you find us there, give us a review and rate us. If it's less than 5 stars, please say why so we can improve the show. And we're on Podcast Garden in the literature section, and last but not least, head over to our WordPress, Sons of the Dragon, the Immortal Iron Fist Podcast.wordpress.com. That's where I put all the show notes. I'd like to thank Thomas Tissot for composing the Iron Fist theme song we use at the start of our Iron Fist episodes on the podcast. I'd also like to thank Peter John Sikorsky for composing the Power Man and Iron Fist theme we use at the start of our Power Man and Iron Fist episodes. And finally, thanks to you guys for listening.